Ladies and gentlemen, hello everybody, this is Big G here, and today I'm bringing you another Diablo 4 video. Today we're going to go over the Necromancer class, and we're going to go over a build that specializes in using the Blood Lance. I heard about this build and wanted to give it a try, and so far I am very, very impressed with this. In case you're wondering, I had a rogue. He was my main character, the first character I started with back in the beta days before the game came out in June. It is now September 6th, so it's been 3 months. And I played my rogue for a while until it got to a point to where the build for my rogue was extremely boring. I got very, very bored with it. So I decided to try another build, a different class as well, to see if it was fun. I did try the sorcerer a couple of times because I saw a couple of lightning sorcerers that I used. One was the ball lightning sorcerer, where the balls of lightning orbit you. That was kind of cool, but I wasn't killing the enemies quickly, which is what I wanted out of a build. I want to kill the enemies quickly in like 2 or 3 hits instead of like, I don't know, 100. So I didn't like that, and then I went to another sorcerer build. I didn't like that as well. So I guess the lightning sorcerers aren't doing too well. I might go back to doing a all frost sorcerer depending on the builds. If I find another build for sorcerer, I'll make another sorcerer. But right now, the only character I have right now is a Necromancer, and I will show you why. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to go over the gear, and then the Book of the Dead, and then the abilities, which is in the order of the tabs here. Okay? Now, technically, as far as gear goes, there is a lot of aspects that are crucial to this build. As far as weapons go, they talk about a weapon that I never got. I'm not sure if it's unique or legendary. I think it's unique, but it's called the Black River, and I'm not really sure what that does, but they said that that's a very good weapon for this build. I have yet to get that build, even though I'm on wheelchair 3. I have yet to get that. However, I have not maxed out a character yet. The highest I got was level 73 with my rogue. And what I want to do is I want to get to level 85 so I can start getting the best and rarest weapons and gear in the game, called Uber Uniques. The only problem with that is they're extremely rare to get. So you're going to have to do a lot of grinding, a lot of dungeoneering, a lot of killing elites and bosses to try and get those Uber Uniques. However, Uniques themselves, as you can see, I got I got 2 of them already, so luck is on my side, I guess. So anyway, yeah. So I got bored with the rogue and went with Necromancer. And why I like the Necromancer class so much is because it's ranged, it's melee, so it's a mix of both melee and range. But I like the class because of its range. You can summon minions to help you, so you can just stand in one spot while your minions kill your enemies. I was working on a minion build before, but it wasn't working too well for me until I came across this one. And this build specifically specializes in overpower damage. And the reason why that is because one of the skills that I have, called Blood Lance, which is what this build is for every 6th hit for Blood Lance, it's guaranteed to overpower. So, like, I do the first 5 hits, I'm doing between 500 and 700 damage, but once that 6th Blood Lance hit, I do, like, between 30 to 40,000 damage, which is awesome. So I don't have a whole lot of legendaries. I'm still working on that, but, you know, I got all the sacred stuff and all that stuff. For gear, they say to go with a focus and a one-handed Because I think Black River is like a wand or something like that. Like I said, I never got it before, so I don't know if it's a one hand or two hand. I don't have any boots yet because I'm trying to get a legendary aspects, and I only get the legendary aspects if you have to make them legendary. And and if it's a legendary and you don't have it, if you want that aspect, you can extract the aspect and it's yours. So that's really nice to have. So I've yet to get a pair of boots. In my pants, this is one of the aspects that you need for the build, which is the aspect of disobedience, because again you get 0.25% increased armor for 4 seconds when you deal any form of damage, stacking up to 15%. So you get a 15% armor. So that's good to have. Frostburn is really, really good. You can either have Frostburn or you can have Fist of Fate. I have a better version of this, a level 67 version of this in my stats, and I have 6 levels to go. I'm at level 61, so once I get to 67, I'm gonna salvage this, and I'm gonna get the better version that I have in my stash of the Sacred Unique Gloves Frostburn. And the reason why Frostburn is good for this build because of the lucky hit that it has, you have up to a 24% chance to freeze enemies for 2 seconds. So again, that's pretty good for crowd control, and it does cold damage, it critical strike damage, and it's pretty good. And I also got this. It's actually pretty good. The Blood Artisan's Cuirass, another Sacred Unique chest armor. It was really, really good. Plus 2 ranks of Bone Spirit, 3.9% total armor, 12.3% damage for 4 seconds after picking up a Blood Orb, 11.1% Blood Orb healing. What Blood Orbs are, if you're not familiar with it, each time you defeat enemies, the enemies will drop Blood Orbs, and if you're low on health, you can pick those up and it will heal you. And according to this, if I pick up 9 of them, a Bone Spirit is spawned, doing bonus damage based on my current life present. But once it finds enemies, it explodes and does like a ton of damage. So this is actually really, really good. But the build is calling for a legendary chest armor that has explosive mist for some reason. Because I use blood mist, I guess that's gonna be all right. So that's what that calls. For the helm, I was gonna put the protector on there, and I got a legendary, so I can change that out and put aspect of the protector in your helm. This is really good. I got this from doing Nightmare Dungeons. Nightmare Dungeons are really, really good because you get pretty much every time you will get at least one legendary, if not a unique. So that's really good. But Rasmus Children, that was the game changer of this build, because whenever your blood skills, and I'm using blood skills, overpower, I gain 48% attack speed for 4 seconds. So as soon as I overpower, I attack a lot faster and do damage really, really quickly. And Rasmus Children is another crucial aspect for this build. I just got this one, Arena Potent Blood. Potent Blood was another aspect that is crucial for this build. While at full life, Blood Orbs grant 10 essence. So we want that. We want the Blood Orbs. We want to be continuously getting essence. So that's really good. Potent Blood is another good one for this. And then I got a couple rares. The rest of the aspects here, as I'll go over them, looking at my phone here. So aspect of the protector, we're gonna put that in our helm. The chest armor is gonna have aspect of explosive mist. So as soon as I'm gonna have to do some farming, because explosive mist, you can't get that from a dungeon. A lot of the aspects you can't. Most of them you can, but a lot of them you can't. So I'm just gonna have to farm legendary chest pieces until I get excuse me, explosive mist. For the gloves, we're gonna put Bloodseeker on my gloves. I think I have, but I can put Bloodseeker on something else. I guess. But I can use Frostburn. So I got Frostburn. You can use Frostburn, Fist of Fate, or if you want to use the aspects, go with the aspect of Bloodseeker. Because what that does is increases the damage to the original target by up to 25% for each additional enemy, and so the damage on your first target really ramps up. So there's that, but Frostburn is just as good. That's what that says here. Aspect of Disobedience, like I said, we got that in our pants here, so we got that all set. And then it says something about a unique equipment called Temerity. Now I don't know if that's pants or boots or what that is, but I'll have to look that up. But Temerity is another unique equipment. I'll have to keep an eye out for that. I just got the aspect of Shared Misery, and they said that that's supposed to go on my boots. So once I get legendary boots, I'll put the aspect of Shared Misery on that, because upon attacking a crowd-controlled enemy, you have a lucky hit with up to a 50% chance of making impair another unaffected target. The aspect of Shared Misery is really good, especially if you're using Frostburn, because you'll freeze everything. So that's going to be very, very important, the aspect of Shared Misery. On one of the one-handed weapons, you want the accelerating aspect. So that's really, really good, because it makes it so that critical strikes with core skills, in this case, Blood Lance, increases attack speed by up to 25%. Again, attack speed is essential for this Blood Lancer and Necromancer build. So, accelerating aspect is going to be real good. I'm probably going to put that on my focus, because it says something about the Black River here. If you have this weapon, you can replace the aspect of Potent Blood with the accelerating aspect. So yeah, once I get the Black River for a weapon, I can put the accelerating aspect on whatever legendary focus I get. So that would be good. And then we have the aspect of Grasping Veins. So that's really, really good. I just got that one, so I'll have to put the aspect of Grasping Veins. It says to put it on my offhand weapon, but we'll see how that goes. For the amulet, it says aspect of Hungry Blood. I believe that you can't get in a dungeon, so I'll just have to keep an eye out for that. Hungry Blood. Aspect of Rasmus Chosen, as you can see, we got that already in the amulet. I don't really think the aspects matter, just as long as you have them all, because I don't know why these builds tell you what to put them in. So we'll have to see how that goes. So there's that, and then that's it for the aspects. So, like I said, I got some work to do. So, next we're going to go over the Book of the Dead. And we have all of our minions sacrificed, because this isn't a minion build. So, for the first one, you're gonna sacrifice the Skirmishers, because, again, it increases your critical strike chance by 5%. So that's pretty good. The Skeletal Mages, you're going to sacrifice the Bone, because you get 40% overpower damage, and that's what this build is all about. So make sure you have that, especially to increase your overpower damage. And lastly, we're going to sacrifice the Bone Golems, because we get 10% increased attack speed. So that's always nice, all that little stuff. Now I'm going to go over the skill tree. We're going to go over the skills here. Let's go all the way to the top. So for our starters, we're going to go with Bone Splinters. Put 1 point in there. And Enhanced Bone Splinters. And then Initiate Bone Splinters to make the enemies vulnerable. We always want that. Then we're going to go in here and we're going to max out Blood Lance. Because, again, you know, you're dealing 3,000 damage to the enemy. once you max this out. Enhanced Blood Lance, where the Blood Lance pierces through the enemies, dealing 10% reduced damage to significant enemies after the first. And then Supernatural Blood Lance. This is where it all comes down to the most crucial point of the build here. Supernatural Blood Lance. After casting Blood Lance 6 times, your next cast of Blood Lance is guaranteed to overpower and spawns a blood orb under the first enemy hit. So, after I hit an enemy 5 times, the 6th time is going to overpower. And with the Book of the Dead, skeletal mages, we sacrifice our bone skeletal mages, that's 40% damage. So that is just, that's a huge damage buff. Big. Okay? So after maxing out Blood Lance, you're going to get Enhanced Blood Lance, and then make sure you get Supernatural Blood Lance, because that's the most important skill of the whole entire build here. Then you're going to put a point in Unliving Energy to increase your maximum essence. Then you're going to put 3 points in Huge Flesh, so you have a 12% chance to create a corpse, which is really good. Then you're going to come down to Corpse and Macabre skills. You're going to put 1 point in Blood Mist. Again, Blood Mist is just a skill to get out of crowd control. Like if you're about to die, you can use Blood Mist and you become immune for 3 seconds, and you can get out of the fray. Enhanced Blood Mist. Cast a skill to overpower reduces the cooldown of Blood Mist by 2 seconds, which is really good, because they're doing a lot of overpower damage. So, anytime I want to use Blood Mist to get out of the fray, I'll almost always have it. And then Ghastly Blood Mist, which leaves behind the corpse. So there's going to be corpses all over the place. And then next you'll put 1 point in Corpse Explosion. And then you're going to go to Enhanced Corpse Explosion to increase the radius. And then Plague Corpse Explosion to make the enemies vulnerable. Very good. Then you're going to put 1 point in Bone Prison. I really like Bone Prison, because if I get like a whole group of enemies, or if I have an elite or a boss, I can use that and they can't go anywhere, and I can just wail on them using Blood Lance, kills them quickly. Bone Prison is very helpful. Enhanced Bone Prison, if they are trapped by it, you gain 25 essence plus an additional 5 per enemy trapped. So, like I said, that's why I use it on groups, to get that essence back. Very important. And then Ghastly Bone Prison, it makes them vulnerable. So inside the Bone Prison, they're vulnerable. So again, more vulnerability for us, which is really good. And next we're going to put 3 points in the Grim Harvest, because consuming the corpse generates 6 essence. So again, we're getting more essence gained, which is really good. Then we're going to put 3 points into Fueled by Death, which increases damage by 9% for 6 seconds after consuming the corpse. Very good. Then we're going to come down here, and we're not going to get any of these curses, but we're going to spend points in Death Reach to increase our damage to distant enemies. And we're also going to max out Death's Embrace, so that the close enemies will take more damage and deal 9% less damage to you. Then we're going to come down here, and we are going to put 1 point in Gruesome Mending. This is all for the blood stuff. So while below 50% life, you receive 10% more healing from more sources. Very good. You're going to max out Coalesce Blood for our blood skill to deal 18% increased damage. So more damage for our blood skills, which is what we want. We're going to put 3 points in Drain Vitality. So for a lucky hit, hitting enemies with blood skills has up to 30% chance to fortify you for 8% base life. So what that basically means is we'll get more health, so more survivability. Very good. And then we're going to max out Tides of Blood. Again, our blood skills will deal 50% increased overpowered damage. Its bonus is doubled while you're healthy. So that's another 30% increased overpowered damage. That's why it's so important to make sure you are overpowering when you're attacking, because you do tons of damage. And I'm talking tens of thousands of damage. I did 40,000 damage once when I did overpowering. Very cool. Next, you're going to put a point in Corpse Tendrils. Corpse Tendrils is really, really good. So, since we're going to have corpses all over the place, Corpse Tendrils will bring those enemies in, and it'll also stun them. And then we can trap them in the Bone Prison to make them vulnerable, and then just wail on them with Blood Lance and kill them quickly. And then we're going to go with Enhanced Corpse Tendrils, so that the enemies are slowed by 50% before they're being pulled. And then we're going to go with Blighted Corpse Tendrils, so that Corpse Tendrils has a 35% chance to drop a blow to more damaging enemies. So, again, we're almost always going to be healthy and barely ever dying. And then we're going to max out Necrotic Care Space. When a corpse is formed from the skills and your minions, fortify for 6% base life. So, again, more fortify damage. And then we're going to come down here. This is our ultimate skills. Now, you're probably wondering why we don't have any of these ultimate skills here. We don't have any of them. Well, that's because we don't need them. Simple as that. We just need to trap the enemies and spam Blood Lance. It overpowers them and it kills them quickly. So there really isn't no need for ultimate skills. However, we are going to spend 6 points here. We're going to put 3 points in the standalone, which increases the damage reduction by 18%, reduced by 2% for each active minion. But I don't have any minions. So I keep that 18%. It's very, very good. And Memento Mori, sacrificing both Skeletal Warriors and Skeletal Mages, which is what I did, increases the sacrifice bonuses by 60%. 60%. That's huge. Okay, so make sure you got that maxed out to get another 60% bonus from the sacrificing Skeletal Warriors and the Skeletal Mages. And lastly, the key passive is going to be Rathma's Vigor. And the reason why that is because we're using blood skills here, and Rathma's Vigor increases the maximum life by 10%. After being healthy for 12 seconds, your next blood skill overpowers. So, very, very good. Alright, so those are the skills for the Necromancer. Next, we're going to go over Paragon. Alright, so your starting board, it's always going to be this one. This is for every class, actually, this starting board. So what you're going to do is you're going to start, and you're going to go to the right. So you're going to get all these, and then you're going to go to the right, and you're going to go up, get the Prime node to get a 20% damage and 4% maximum life. Very good. Then you're going to go up here to the first glyph socket. You're going to put Essence in there, and you can see at the very top, that is why you put Essence on your starting board. You get 21.4% critical strike damage, and your critical strikes deal 22% increased damage to enemies that are not healthy. That is huge. That's huge for us. So big, again, more damage. We're doing really, really good. And then, you might have to buy some nodes, as you can see at the bottom there, to fit the requirements to get the bonus. So make sure you buy nodes and you're able to get that bonus before moving on. And then you're going to continue up to the left, and you're going to get knowledge to get another 20% damage increase. And that one calls for willpower, and that's going to be these right here, which gives you 7 willpower every single time. So make sure you get all the willpower ones to get the bonus on that one. And then you're going to go up, go to the end of the board, and then you're going to attach the second one. And your second board is going to have Bloodbath. So make sure you put Bloodbath on, and I'll tell you why in a minute. So when you start, you're going to go up, get these couple nodes here, and you're going to go to the right. I haven't gotten this yet. I'm still working on this. But you're going to get Powerhouse, another damage increase, and 30% overpower damage. So we're getting tons of overpower damage here. But at first, after you get that, you're going to go to the left and up, and you are going to get the Bloodbath Legendary Node. Go for that first, which is what I did. I went for that first, and then now I'm trying to get Powerhouse. So make sure you get Bloodbath first, because Look at that. Attacks that are guaranteed to overpower deal 50% increase overpower damage. So that's another 50% overpower damage. So this build is going to be amazing. So then after getting the legendary node, you're going to go down and get Powerhouse, and then you're going to go up to the glyph socket here. And in this glyph socket, you're going to put in exploit, I believe it is. Yeah, you're going to put in exploit here and put that in there. Dealing damage to a vulnerable enemy increases your damage by 1% for 6 seconds up to 10%. So exploit will go in there. That's very, very good. And then, let's see here. And then you're going to go to the left. You're going to go to the left and you're going to go and get Thick Hide. Another 10% damage while fortified and 4% maximum life. And another 10% while fortified if the requirements are met. So 20% damage while fortified. So we're going to get that. And then we're going to keep going left and get to the end of the board. I don't know what the rest of the board attachments are because I haven't gotten that far yet. But once you get to the second Paragon board, make sure you pick Bloodbath and choose that path. You know, make sure you get Powerhouse, get the Legendary Node, stay to the right, get the Glyph Socket, put Exploit in there. Then you're going to go to the left until you get to Thick Hide, and then continue going left until you get to the end of the board. So, that is the Bloodlands Necromancer. This is Big G with another Diablo 4 build video, and I will see you later. Peace.